Welcome to Comic Toy Reviews. On this video I'd like to talk about the Spider-Man reboot. As you know, Mark Webb directing the Spider-Man 3D reboot of the franchise, and it's going to be in 2012. And what are your thoughts on this? In terms of what are you expecting, and just overall, what do you think from the news you've heard? I think, first of all, why a reboot of the franchise? This property started like what, 2001 or something, and it's all fresh in our memories, it's all fresh in our minds, the story of Spider-Man. And to do a reboot now, when the same generation who grew up on the original movies are going to grow up and see the same damn thing again. He's going to get bitten by the radioactive spider, or whatever spider they're going to use to say DNA or whatever. He's going to get his spider powers and learn how to use them again, right? He's going to lose Uncle Ben again from the criminal, right? And so you're going to spend what, half from one and half the movie, or the whole movie, just on this origin story, where you know the basics already. As I said, gets the spider bite, gets his powers, tries to learn how to use them, doesn't stop the burglar from getting away, even though he could have. Same burglar kills Uncle Ben, he learns about responsibility, and that's his origin story. We gotta live through that again. Instead of just getting to the meat and potatoes of a great story, instead of just telling a story, we already know his spider powers, the spider sense. He can climb walls, the web swinging. Oh, but this time they're gonna use the mechanical web shooters. Yeah, the organic web shooters weren't cool, but they made sense because, really, if he's gonna wear mechanical web shooters, in the real world, are you going to get more than 2 or 3 web lines from that? You're going to reload every 2 or 3 times? Because how much is going to be stored in a web cartridge? Real world physics, you know? And if he could micronize those web fluid into such small containers and shoot strand after strand after strand after strand, and webbings all over the place, then he should use that technology and that invention in other methods, put a patent on it, because this guy can make millions if you could miniaturize webbing like that, and you could use that idea of miniaturizing and just expand on it technology wise. You know, think of all the military applications you could do on that if you could miniaturize and micronize equipment and other stuff, for example. Or let's say you have a fire extinguisher, firefighting gear. Maybe they could use that idea to micronize stuff. You know, they say, well, in the original Spider-Man trilogy, the costume was too advanced. How the hell could a high school kid make the Spider-Man costume? Well, the suspension of disbelief, okay? It's like, what, you want him to run around in a crappy costume that's actually homemade, that looks like cloth, that looks like crap on the big screen? Of course, you got to put the Hollywood glam on it. And that costume looked fantastic, in my opinion. At least it got the freaking design right. Head to toe, this is the Spider-Man costume in the original trilogy. That's how he should look. Have you seen the reboot costume? My opinion, it looks like crap. I mean, really, they got rid of the belt piece on the side. They put a really small one line down the arm. The hand area is all screwed up in the look. They put a line down his thighs, down the leg. And the boots, they might have like a tips at the end, unless they post-production edited it out. And he has a off-color crotch piece, and it's like totally redesigned the costume. See, that's what happens when Hollywood gets a movie costume. They totally disregard the style. They want to reinvent everything, even the classics, right? You could give the original trilogy credit to Sam Raimi. You know, he's a huge Spider-Man fan, and he probably made sure that the original costume on his trilogy was comic accurate and kept the design of the original. And they didn't fuck around with it, excuse the word. They didn't alter it and make it some other costume. But when you get someone who's probably not a hardcore comic book fan like Mark Webb, you get someone who's just a director, he's probably like, whatever, on the property. then that's the type of Spider-Man costume you get as the one you'll see in the new movie. Okay? That's just my opinion of it. And the Spider-Man costume is itself a classic design, like Superman. It's just a classic look, recognizable the world over. And why mess with perfection? Why mess with what everyone knows? Hopefully this movie will be great. Hopefully it will be good. And have an engaging story and be awesome, right? But is it something we haven't seen before? And seen before recently? It's like, I mean, can't you do better than that, Hollywood? Couldn't you just give us a Spider-Man 4 and just take the story however the heck you want? Beginning, middle, end. Just bring it, you know. Don't be retelling and rehashing again what we already know, because we've been there before, we've done that before, and it was only a few years ago. It's called DVD, it's called Blu-ray, it's called just freaking buy it and watch it. You probably see it on TV. It's on FX channel a lot. But overall it's like, you know, I was thinking just could have been so much more. I would have just took the Spider-Man property and just run with it in a new story, you know, just put out a new story. There's no need for the origin tale again, and I think next year when people are watching it, if it's not a good story or if it's not really engaging, it's like, you know, I seen it, it was good, but it seems like I've seen it before. Was a case of deja vu. So thanks for watching. It's my opinion, and talk to you later.